It's time for us to take back our communities and create unity. Community vibes with BrownEyes. Come take a walk with me. Community vibes with BrownEyes. Get it, King T Finesse. We hit the streets running. You know we coming. Building with knowledge to inform, to bring the love in. It's the unity in our community. Reform, move on to be strong. It takes you and me. Bring the issues, let's talk about it. Make a plan, bring it to life and never doubt it. To inspire, keep you going higher. Words put to action, fuel to the fire. Life gets better when we do it together. BrownEyes, King T Finesse, time to get up. Get up. Get up. For everyone the best. Hit it, King T Finesse. Join in and catch the vibe. All right. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to another great, wonderful, splendific, that's my word, episode of Community Vibes with BrownEyes. My name is BrownEyes, and I am your host from the community, bringing it to you right here on YouTube and on your streamways and all your social media platforms. Community Vibes with BrownEyes is actually a platform created to reach into the depths of the community to shine light on those who are often overlooked. People like community leaders, activists, nonprofit organizations, musicians, people just like you and me, just regular residents as well, that took it in their heart to want to come out in the community and use their gifts, their talents, and their ideas to create something better for the community. So it is our wish that we not only just come together with people to discuss these things, but to also shine light on those who doing so many great things in our communities. And that's what Community Vibes with BrownEyes is all about, and why it was created, so that we can bring you the positive things, the great things that we never hear about, the things that they say that don't happen in our communities, that we can bring it to you and show you that ordinary people who are not so ordinary are doing great things. So we welcome you today. And today on our show, we have some wonderful guests. Today I'm going to introduce them briefly to you. From, of course, we got our music master, my producer, Mr. King T Finesse. Give it up for him, King T Finesse. And then to my right over here, we have some lovely, lovely ladies in the building. They're from Beautiful Women, Empowering Women. We have Gayle Carnegie, and she is the founder. Give it up for Gayle. And we also have, looking so beautiful in her red, Miss Jeanette Morris, who is the Vice President of Beautiful Women, Empowering Women. Thank you, young ladies, for coming out and joining me today. These women have powerful stories. They have a powerful movement that are doing great things for people in need in our communities. And it's just a great honor to have them on this show today. But I want to give a shout out to some of my supporters. Before we even get into the community conversation, I want to give a shout out to Connect Us Community Youth Program in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I want to give also a shout out to Minx Gold, who sells all the accessories and everything that if you look at my neck I'm wearing, I always have to move to the side. Ooh, she always hooked me up. Thank you, Mink. And I want to give a shout out also to Shalik Beats. If you ever want to get your recordings done in the studio, some videography work done, Shalik Beats can definitely do it for you. And I just want to thank everybody, all my friends and family who has been supporting me since we started this mission in January to bring you some community highlights to let you know and inform you about what you can do to be involved in your community as well. Today's shows, we're talking with Beautiful Women, Empowering Women. And I just want to say, because of that, there's a lot of women, in the world today that are doing some great things. And I know that they say men are doing things, but men have always, been in a leadership role and been placed before the camera and have done a lot of things. So that's why so many women that are making strides now, people are very excited about to see that women are finally able to use their skills and their lives to make a difference for someone else. So when I think of that, I think of the people who often get overlooked, and even people who have money, people who have status. They get overlooked overlooked. And one person in mind that I really admire and just want to give her a shout out before we kick off this show is Alicia Keys. We haven't heard anything about Alicia Keys but her music. I love her music. Her music is very inspirational.
Yes.
She puts her heart and soul into her music, and anything she put into her music is emotion. It's something you can relate to.
True.
Something
It's
emotionally.
timeless.
Yes.
It's timeless.
It's timeless. You know, it's about love. It's about, activism. It's about a lot of things. But whatever she writes, she puts her heart and soul into her music. But one thing I love about her is that she, being a woman that has everything, she got a family, married life, the children, the music, the beauty, and everything. She could just go on with her life and say, I have made it.
Yeah.
But instead, she decided to take a trip all the way to Africa. I mean, to Uganda, to Soweto, to Nigeria. And go there, and she saw people in these villages and these communities that were dying of AIDS.
Wow.
Like by the thousands. I mean, I saw a documentary, you can check her out on YouTube, in Africa, Alicia Keys in Africa. And one woman in the documentary, she started out by taking care of 9 kids, which turned into 17 kids, then 100 and something kids. But now she turned into a mother to 900 and something kids within 212 households who lost their parents through AIDS.
Wow. Oh my God.
Most
beautiful.
of the children over in those countries don't even make it to 2 years old because they born with the AIDS, because they get it from their parents. And the reason why they're dying is because she realized they were not privy to the medication that we have to keep us alive here.
Right.
So, I mean, I know it's expensive here. I know sometimes we got to go through programs here to be able to get the medicine, but at least we can go somewhere to try to get it.
True.
We got to struggle as poor people here in America, but poverty there looks so different, and she took it out of herself to literally go there for days and meet people and find a way so that she could keep children alive. She was a part of this organization to keep the children alive, and I just wanted to give her props on what she's doing. And I have a video I want to show.
Do that.
Yes, of some of her work. So let me show you a little bit of Alicia Keys. Child Alive is the name of the foundation or organization that she's a part of. And as Gayle was just saying, she owns a lot of the hospitals there, so her work is continuous. It's forever. And that's something powerful to put into a community, something where you're literally saving lives.
True.
From starting with singing, doing music, you don't even know that your music is gonna lead you to be this great leader that's gonna be responsible for saving thousands of people's lives. So give her another round of applause. I'll give a prop to Alicia Keys. Shout out to you. Keep a child alive. So, and over back in America, the United States, just that quick, we flew back over here. We have right here on our very own streets in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey, Irvington, the urban city areas, where we have people here that are in need. A lot of people outside the country, they see that our roads are paved and we have sidewalks and skyscraper buildings and, the new sneakers and all that. So that doesn't look like poverty to them.
No.
Until they come here and they realize there is poverty in America. People are in need. People they have houseless people out there. They have hungry people out there. People who are in need of clothes. People who are in need of toiletries. Especially women who are out there in the streets. Mm-hmm. They don't have the same problems or issues with their body as a man does.
True.
So they need toiletries and different things. And you girls decided to go out there and, create an organization that would handle the need for that. But before we get in that, I want you to tell me a little bit about who you are. Tell me who you are, where you come from, how you grew up, who is Gayle and Jeanette?
Okay. Well, I grew up in Orange, the city of Orange, and I was always a go-getter as a young child. You know, I would wash cars and sell lemonade. So I always had that spirit of community spirit, getting the other kids involved, and we all out there washing cars, and we make a little money to run to the ice cream truck. So that's really where it started. When I think back, how did it start? And I grew up in Orange, and then I went to college in Ohio, and from going to college there, I went to an all-black college, so the focus was on family, community, and just being proud of being black, So
that's number one first, since we living in this country.
It was Central State University. It's in Wilberforce, Ohio. Yeah.
Wow.
So through my life and going to college there, I had my own issues and my own downfalls, and I struggled with my addiction. So through my addiction, I was on the streets of Newark myself, so I know firsthand what it is to be, a drug addicted and a homeless and out in the streets. Just trying to make it one more day. And I always said, like, if I ever get well, I knew I was going to do it.
Right.
I had the spirit and the hope in me that I could beat this thing, I could get off of it, and I could go back to living a decent life. And I always promised myself I was going to come back in the community and help people in the community, because I saw the need, and there was no sense of talking about what other people weren't doing.
Right.
It was, what can I do?
Yes.
So I got clean, and I got my life together.
Give her a round of applause for getting clean. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to get clean.
No, it's not.
And it's not easy. It's not that hard to get hooked on some type of substance out there.
That's
with
true.
all the depression and oppression in our communities. I used to drink, and smoke my weed when I was younger and all that, till somebody put something in the weed one time, and to get everybody, it made me feel so crazy. I was like you outside in the freezing cold, saying, God, if you help me through this, because it felt like my heart was, banging out my chest. I was a teenager, and I thought I was going to die. And they was all just laughing because somebody, but that could have killed somebody,
And it does.
It's that easy to wind up getting hooked on something. People don't know how lucky they are that have tried things or did things and did not,
survive it.
Not
exactly.
only that, it's hard staying clean. You could get clean, but can you stay clean?
That's true.
Yes, that's true. It's just like eating sugar.
Yeah.
They tell you stay away from it. We can't.
We can't. So I went through the 12-step process, but I said, I'm going back into my community and hands-on help the people that need help in the community. Because it's okay to raise your hand in a meeting and tell everybody how well you're doing, but the process states, go back into your community and help the brothers and sisters in your community. Learn the message and provide them some services. So we started out before the pandemic, just giving a Women's Day and bringing women in the community together, and letting the women who had careers talk to women so they could inspire other women.
Okay, so before you go into what you do as a organization, let me hear from Jeanette a little bit about you and what you were doing before you decided to do community work.
Hi, my name is Jeanette. I come from Newark. I was brought up in a two-family home. When my aunt was staying in the projects, I used to ask my mother why we can't stay in the projects. And she said, you'll understand when you get older. She said, you'll understand as you get older. And as I got older, I understood it. I rode past Essex County College for years. All my life said, I'm going to go to college. But after high school, I fell off too. And I waited 27 years to go back to school. And I was determined to finish. And I did. I come from NJCU. I met Gayle.
Congratulations. Give up a round of applause for that. That's a big honor. Don't take that lightly.
Oh, I don't. I did that for me. That, I tell anybody because you fall off, perseverance is so important. You got to get back up. If I can do it, you can do it. And I had some struggles in my life. I introduced myself to Gayle at a speaking engagement because I seen something in her that was a part of me. And it's been over 11 years now. We still ride.
Wow, I can see that too.
You know, education is very important to me. I'm an educator. I teach special need kids. And, you know, I will only teach in the urban districts because that's where I come from and that's where our kids need help.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that because a lot of teachers that are not from our communities don't understand, you know, the emotions, the whole lifestyle, or how to even understand why children are acting or behaving the way they are. And they think they have problems because of it because they don't understand. So it's good to have somebody that understands the urban lifestyle, the communities, and knows.
I actually took a day off to come here today.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, you know,
well, thank you.
Support is everything.
I love my babies. I love education and information. We don't give enough information to one another. Information is powerful.
Absolutely.
Consistency. You know, you never know what a person going through in their mind. Suicide rate is crazy.
Yes.
You know, on the young people, especially now. And so it's hitting home.
Right.
And it's sad. And we have to encourage one another. We got to lift each other up. Even if it's a smile. A lot of people think it's all about money. It's not.
Right.
It's about knowing how a person feeling on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
So when I go to school and I have 13 children and 9 of them can't talk, I have to know what these kids need.
Yeah.
I have to make sure I take care of these babies. And, you know, I'm not a liability at my job. I'm an asset.
That's it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Ding, 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 ding. That's what I'm talking about.
Like, it's important to help our community. Our people out here hurting.
Yes, people are hurting.
And who better to help them than us?
That's it.
You know, because we know what it feels like to be hungry. We know what it is to be cold outside, to be going through whatever they're going through. It can be changed. I'm a testament of that. So, you know, it takes work. I tell Gayle all the time, you put in the work. And I've been encouraging her as well as she's been encouraging me. You got to put in that work.
You got to put it in.
And, you know, she said, I can't believe we're here today. I can believe it because you put in the work.
That's right. Yes.
You got to do some work. You can't just keep talking about it.
Well, believe it, you're here.
Right.
And you know what's important about your role and your role? Is that what's going on in our country right now with all these mass killings?
Right.
You know, all these children are hearing about children being shot dead in schools.
Yes.
You know, children are hearing about people in the grocery store going about their day being shot dead.
Yeah.
Church. You're not safe anywhere.
No.
So people are panicking. People are not going to a doctor to get anxiety medication, but they're going to substances.
They're going to the streets.
You know, they can't afford to go to get mental help because it costs. They don't have insurance. So people are turning to drugs and other things into the streets to get what they need.
That's true.
For whatever they need to be able to cope.
True.
So that's where you girls come in, and you're out there helping the masses, or we need more people out there actually.
The message we try to spread is that we all need to take care of each other. That's the main message. So I work with seniors every other Wednesday during the week, and I try to allow them to help each other as they help me provide the service for them. For them, I provide food from the pantry every other Wednesday at 900 Franklin Avenue in Newark.
900 Franklin Avenue in Newark, everyone. If you know anyone, every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday.
Is that the first of the month and the second of the month?
It's the second week of the month
Second and third week of the month. So you have other Wednesday.
Yeah, second and fourth this month.
Second and fourth Wednesday of the month, 900 Franklin Avenue, Newark, New Jersey. If you're in need, please check out Jeanette.
Please come.
And Gayle.
Please come, because the more names we get on the list, the more services we could provide. We also provide essential items to the homeless and wayward. So we go out and we seek them. They're in the area. If they get in line as well, we service everybody that gets in line. We do not discriminate. We also offer them pamphlets or information so that they can get some of the services that are being provided in Newark.
Right.
So as people send to the website, to the Facebook or to the website, any information, we try to keep it posted, and we just ask that you share it with one person. If we all just share with just one person, the information will spread.
It's powerful.
Right,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
a part of community service, because people think that, they say, I don't have time to volunteer, I don't have time to go to the city or town hall meetings. Well, all you got to do is share the information. That's
right.
a big part of getting the word out there,
Word of mouth.
so people can get what they need. They can know this exists. They can know. That's what community vibes is about, putting the information out there so people can know this entity exists, and if you have a need, we are have open arms for you to come, and here's where we are.
Right.
Right. So you girls are very powerful, in terms of your passion.
Yes.
And one thing I know is that don't just come, through just experience. Like, who are some of the people that inspired you, growing up through life, that you look up to, that make you, thrive, as a young person into adult?
Well, the church really inspired me as a young person. I always looked up to the people in church that were always present, was always carrying a positive message, and they always were wishing the best for you. And I always wanted to be somebody like that would just bring happiness to others, because if you could just be supportive and be happy, a person will tell you their story, and then you'll be able to help, you know. So basically for me, it was the church, and sometimes it was certain singers and musicians that played a major part as I went along the road of recovery.
Lauryn Hill, for me, oh my God, Lauryn Hill, she's from, New Jersey, the Valsburg area, and I was very inspired by her. Not only that, but when I was younger, some people don't believe in church or the religion of Christianity or whatever, but church is good because people are there trying to do positive things. They're trying to straighten their life out. They're looking for spiritual guidance, whether you believe in a doctrine or not.
Right.
The company is good. I'm a Christian myself. I don't try to push religion on people because I'm not a church. I don't go to church every Sunday. I'm not a religious type of a Christian.
Right.
I'm more of a spiritual type of Christian who God, I feel like he sent me out in the world to do a thing, and I'm supposed to do something different.
Outside.
My ministry is definitely outside.
And some people ministry is in the building. I'm a member of KOWC. That's the church that I attend in Newark on Irvin Turner Boulevard, and we believe in bringing the community together, and we'll be having an event very soon, in the middle of July, to bring the community out, just to keep being supportive of each other, keep showing up.
And that's very important. The churches used to be the ones in the community back in the days.
Yeah, that's what we learned it from.
That's what we learned. But a lot of churches are not in the community like they used to be anymore.
Right.
And the community needs them more now than ever.
Right.
So, I think, I don't know whether the churches are afraid. Even with COVID, when it was happening, it was so much things going on. I guess people were so busy protecting themselves. It was a lot of churches who stayed engaged. They didn't care. They was like, we gonna protect ourselves, but the people need us now. They're losing their families. They're losing their mothers. They're losing their sisters, brothers. Some people lost their whole entire family.
During COVID, we went out and provided hand sanitizer and masks in almost every area of Newark. We just kept setting up a stand, passing out masks, passing out hand sanitizer, because people forget that whether you live outside or not, you still need it to be protected from that powerful pandemic.
Absolutely.
And they were the forgotten people.
They were the forgotten people.
That was the inspiration that, no, I'm going to come back and now we're going to build on it. So we acquired our licensing.
Yes.
And we moved forward.
That's
we moved
great.
forward. I suggest that all organizations go forward, get your license, get your LLC, get your nonprofits, get the proper paperwork so that you can provide for the area you're providing for. You could get grants from the government or the state, or you could just connect with other services and pair with other organizations, so that you could work together on a common goal. And we need our black men to come out and support us. We really do now. We really need just the presence. the presence of a black man brings us together.
I would want the
brings us
presence of
together.
any man right now too.
Right.
You know, that will be willing to come out and help.
That's true.
People eat right
That's
now.
true.
What the ways to struggle is right now. That is good. What you're saying, you know, that is good. But I'm saying right now we're going to get to a point in society where they don't care if the purple man came to help me.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying?
True. That's
this
true.
is getting serious. We all got to live in these communities, you know, together. We all got to help one another. Some people are more affluent than other people, and they have access to things that we may not have access to. So if they have that and they can come and be a part of helping, and that way you can get some of these black men with the resources that you have to come out into the community. That's how we build the world together.
But for the young, for the young black men, when they see their own, when they see their male figure that looks like them, they can relate more to that and don't feel like, well, this is a setup. Where's the police? Who are these white men or who are these Spanish men? And all men should come out, and we do need help from all men.
No, but now I know what you meant by when you said the black men need to come out because young
that's
black
what
men,
I experienced. They're looking for help. And sometimes they're too proud to take it from a woman. But from a man to man. They might.
And they're not going to take it from anybody outside of who looks like them, because look what's going on with, you know, in society today. They're being murdered in the streets or mistaken or locked up, and they, you know, innocently. You know, it's a lot of nasty stuff going on in this world today. You know, so I could totally get why a young black man from the community would be, you know, skeptical about getting involved in certain things. So I do understand that. I definitely do understand that. But before we go, I want to ask Jeanette, you know, who inspired you to want to do community work?
Okay, well, it started from a teacher in the 4th grade. You know, I had a stuttering problem when I was younger, and I was kind of shy, but this teacher took to me. I was an A student all through school or whatever. So as I got older in middle school, I went to speech school, speech study and everything, and I met another teacher, and I did it through dance. You know, jazz, tap, ballet, and all that.
Performing arts.
And I started dancing and, you know, started meeting people, started modeling, started getting outside of myself. And it all went away. And I knew education was so important to me from meeting teachers. And I met a teacher, and I liked her character. I like what she stood for. She see a kid in the hallway, and she want to find out why that kid is sad.
Right.
That's the type of person I am. I'll be going to the bathroom. I see a kid in any type of distress. I need to find out what's wrong. Because I'm an educator. Inside, outside the classroom, wherever I go. So, you know, I had a strong mother. You know what I'm saying? She had a strong faith. You know, I learned that it's God's self than others. And I live my life on that. I'm too a Christian, but, you know, I don't go by what the message is saying. I look at the message. And I had a pastor that always said to us, don't go by my word, read it for yourself.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so you'll know reading and getting with other people, sharing information and encouraging one another. I can't stress that more. Be encouraging one another to lift each other up on a daily basis.
And I love what you said about your mother. You had a strong mother. I had a strong mother. My father passed away when I was 10 years old. I saw my mother struggle by herself to take care of me and my brother, you know, and when we had our hard times, you know, what she did to get us through it. Alicia Keys talk about her mom struggling in New York City by herself without her dad. You know, like a lot of, women that come out, you know, they're seeing their moms, you know, like take care of things.
My mother came up here with 5 kids from North Carolina with $200 in her pocket.
Wow.
It's deep.
Wow.
It's a deep thing.
And that's enough to inspire you to take back your community. I'm not letting my community fall by the wayside.
I know you don't
sit back and do nothing.
Because I'm
Let the preacher preach down on the hay.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going
and
out
do
like
nothing
that.
about it.
If I could do it, and I came all the way back from where I was, sitting here right now, it can be done. It will be done by me. And I'm just motivated like that on a daily basis to keep coming back and keep supporting who needs to be supported. Because I was never a bully or took advantage of anyone. And I don't want to see these people being taken advantage of, not receiving the services that's being provided, not having the information to receive the services. And it's a lot of single women with children. It's a lot of homeless men. It's a lot of veterans. veterans that are not receiving the services that they're supposed to be receiving.
Yeah.
So as the information flows in, we will continue to provide the information, and we will continue to come out in these communities and serve, feed, and provide entertainment if we can. We're just doing a lot of things.
Well, you know, it's good because I just went out with Being About God's Business. I introduced you to Antoinette and Daphne.
Yeah.
You know, they feed, you know, some of the houseless people, you know, during the weekend. And I went out with them for the first time. You know, you hear about this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you hear that there's, you know, houseless people, they're hungry, you want to go out, let me get involved. You like, so you can feel good for the day. Well, I went out with them, and when I went downtown Newark, and I got out the car, I went to take the box out and turn around. First, there was nobody there. When I turned around, it was like 50 people. I mean, babies, grown men, mothers with babies, and they were in the park. Like, I guess they come out the shelters, and they won't let them come back until 6 o'clock at night, so they got to roam around or do something until they can come back in.
Yeah.
You know, I was flabbergasted. It's one thing to hear about.
It's another thing.
You know, but it's totally different when you go out there and see it for yourself. I'm telling you, my heart was broken when I came back to my 1-bedroom apartment that I complain about on a daily basis, that I want to move out. There's not enough space in here. I'm tired of here. I was so happy for my 1-bedroom apartment. I thank God when I got home from my apartment. I said, thank you. Thank you for this running water. Thank you for this food. I got food in my refrigerator. I can come and go as I want. Lock the door. I'm not in nobody's park.
I always tell people, you're not hungry. You're not hungry because you ate at least 8 hours ago. So you're not hungry.
Right.
A person that hasn't eaten for 3 days,
they hungry.
That's hungry.
That's hunger.
That's hungry.
That's hunger. Yeah. But I like what you girls are doing, and I want to show a little bit to the viewers that's watching of what you do. Run that tape of beautiful women empowering women.
From Beautiful Women Empowering Women, and we are celebrating Women Today in Patterson. We're here with the praise dancers, and we're out here celebrating beautiful women. So we're participating with this group, and we are giving out supplies in their community. T-shirts, we're selling T-shirts, we're giving out supplies, we have bags, and we're just trying to do our part in the community.
Oh my God. I mean, like, it's just a beautiful thing to be so giving. You know, to be out there in the community and to care about people, or the people who are out there to just be cared about. I remember when I was a little girl growing up in Brooklyn, my mother didn't have much. You know, we was struggling because she was a single parent. And I remember walking past a church one day, and you know, I was only like 10, 11 years old. And this lady said, hey, you want some free clothes? Like that. And I said, who, me? She said, yeah, you know, you ain't supposed to go in no buildings with strangers, but I was that type of kid. I talk to everybody. You know, I'm still talking to everybody. That's why I got to talk podcast, you know. But I said, sure. And I went in there, and she had all these clothes laid out on the table, you know, and I started picking out what I wanted, pants, blouse, you know, they were gently worn clothes, but I didn't know. I was a kid. I'm like, I like this, I like this, I like. So here, I'm supposed to go to the store for my mother, and I came back home with a big old garbage bag full of clothes. And she said, where did you get these clothes from? I said, some lady at the church around the corner. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy because I couldn't get your school closed this year. So that is, so it's like God, it was like God answered her prayers.
Yeah.
I'm 11 years old, not supposed to go in strange buildings with strange people.
Yeah.
But, you know, I figured with a church, it'll be okay. And I came home with the clothes. And I used to do the same thing when they used to give out free lunches in Brooklyn, New York, and free dinners. I would go on the line, and they knew my mom, so I would go and bring bags and bags of milks and all kind of stuff home. She would come home from work and say, where'd you get all this stuff from? I said, from the free lunch place. She gave me a bag full of juices and little things like that.
Yeah.
So it means I'm not only, you know, want to be a giver of those things, but I know what it is also to be a recipient of those things.
Me too.
Nobody know where those clothes came from when I wore them to school.
Right.
That's true.
They didn't know where I bought them from or who I got them from, you know, but I was able to have fresh clothes, you know, to be able to do that. So that means so much. And how about you? Did they have to say he's from Newark, New Jersey too? I just, you know.
Yeah. We had the same kind of programs, but we went to the playground, and the playground, they had a setup in the playground.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Oh, they had it in the playground.
The lunch program.
Ours was in the projects or either in their community centers or in the schools, in the lunchroom.
We take all donations from anyone that wants to give us COVID-free donations, which is a pre-packaged that came in the package that it originated in.
Right.
So we take donations, and we've been
take your time.
We've been very blessed to get donations from Janice Ovarian Cancer Foundation. They gave us plenty of donations to give out to the community, and we are open to any donations that anybody wants to give.
Right.
We really appreciate you guys, all of you guys who gave donations in the past. We thank you so much. I thank you all the time.
I thank you. The community thanks you.
You need to continue to be thanked. Thank you so much. You're a part of this organization by just giving your donation. You become a part of the organization.
Yes,
and also
you do.
Your time is also appreciated if you have time.
If you have time.
Yes.
I'm very busy, and I'm going to give some of my time. You know, like those days that I want to just lay around the house. I mean, like, what is going to kill me to come out 3 hours? You know, the last event I went to, I was supposed to come out for an hour, and I end up dancing and meeting people. I didn't come back, but my husband called me. He said, where are you? I was like, oh my God, it's 6 hours later. I'm so sorry. I'm on my way now. You know?
Right.
I had such a good time with the people.
You get caught up, right.
So, you know, you could come out for an hour, and if you discipline, you know, like, you know, unlike me, you
We're
can come in and,
definitely
you know,
going to invite
out.
you to our cookout event we're having next. Just a community cookout.
Right.
Just to get to know some of the people in the neighborhood, find out what they need.
Yes.
What information they need.
We're going to have that on Irving Turner Boulevard at KOWC, the church.
Okay.
We're going to have it in front of the church.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll get you
available.
the
I definitely
information.
need to be there because I'm all about the community. The only way you're going to be about the community is to be with the community. Go
That's
out
it.
there and be involved.
That's
part
it.
of it.
You know,
Yes.
one thing I want to ask you, you know, I know when I was out there, I literally came home, and even though I said it very quickly that I was very grateful for my apartment, but the only reason why I say that is because I was very emotionally disturbed. That's what I saw. So what I want to ask you is, how do you cope with the mental aspect of it, going out there, seeing people where you used to be and knowing that you could only offer them but so much help? You know, like I went out 2 weeks ago again with Being About God's Business, and we gave out food and we didn't have enough. There was like 5 or 6 people coming, and they said, I'm sorry, we all out. And I'm like, oh my God, like these people are not going to eat, you know, like what can we do? There's not enough out there. So my thing is, yeah, you might give them toiletries, you might give them food, you might give them, you know, things that they need that'll help them gratefully, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, that's all you can do. They're still going to be on the street. They still going to,
We
you know.
provide them with a phone number, and the phone number will help them get connected to services that could improve their life. So it doesn't stop with us just giving them a bag of food.
Okay.
The phone number provided they get to talk to someone that will help them get the services, whether it be food stamps, medical services, counseling, whatever they need, drug and alcohol prevention,
School.
or a detox, whatever they need, but we need them to tell us what they need. And if they participate and sign the list when we bring it around, we can get more funding from the government and the state and federal government to allow us to open up new centers to help them even further. Because a closed mouth, like we all know, does not get fed. We all know that.
And not only that,
absolutely.
When we go out to these communities, it's really hard to just step away. But mentally, me personally, I have to be ready for that.
Right.
Because I'm grateful at all times. Because when you go out here and you know there's other people that's around the corner that's still going to be in need. They still going to need this. But we also need them to play their part.
Yes.
You can't just say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z and don't execute it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The information going to be there. We're going to be there. And so, it's heartbreaking, but just got to stay in prayer, and try to separate yourself. Because like anxiety, depression, I never claims that.
Right.
Giving to the people, excuse me for cutting you off, giving to them feeds your spirit.
Yes.
It really does. It really does.
And gives you the energy to come back again.
Yeah.
So, I don't promise them I'm coming when I'm not coming. Like, also, like when I go on vacation, I tell them, like, I'm going to Florida, I'll be back not next week, but whenever I tell you I'll be back on the 16th, I'm out there that morning giving out what I'm supposed to be giving out.
And that consistency means a lot.
Yeah.
It
They
really
look forward
means a
to
lot.
seeing us.
Yeah.
We pull them down the street and they right behind us.
Yeah.
Because they know they waiting for you. Just like with Jeanette, they know they come. As soon as they set up the table, the line just start forming down the street. People come out of nowhere.
And we started telling them when they say, "Oh, I don't need it this week," we say, "Well, give it to your neighbor." See? So then they start to connect with their own neighbor.
Right.
Well, I showed up for my neighbor. Maybe my neighbor will show up for somebody else. Right. And then we make sure like that a lot more get fed.
Right. Well, one concern that I have since I've gone out there myself is that I never realized, and a lot of people don't, they have food banks that will give you bags of food, canned goods, and everything. And then they have soup kitchens and places that, they set up, or, certain days of the week to feed people who are hungry, maybe give away some stuff. But I'm concerned, about the ones who don't have transportation that can't get to those places, the ones who don't have a house to store the food or be able to make the food.
Yeah.
So these people need food already made to cook, to prepare to eat at that moment.
Yeah, like an operating soup kitchen.
Yeah, and I wanted to do a drive, which I'm going to try to work with you girls to do, to maybe go to a church or whatever to prepare foods one Saturday or something like that, and like Antoinette and them do, and maybe with them too, and we could go and bring the food to the people in the parks and stuff like that can't get on the bus. Yeah, they don't have car fare. They don't have transportation. I want to go maybe to a soup kitchen, say, hey, make us a couple of plates or whatever, and we go drive it over to them and give it to them. Yeah. And they are very grateful. It hurts my heart because, like when you give them the food, they look at you and say, thank you, God bless you. Thank you so much, God bless you.
Because the shelters don't provide meals. The shelters do not provide meals. That's why you see them come out and line up. Because the shelter is not provided. It's a gap in the shelter provides the bed, exactly what it says, shelter. Right. Maybe a snack, but not a 3-course meal. Not a meal.
No, you got to be out about a certain time.
Well, I understand that. Yep, I do understand that because being about God business, they say that sometimes they do work at certain shelters. They say they got food, and they will say, bring that over here if they need it. Yeah. And they will eat the food. So that is true. They don't provide the food. And so that's where my interest would be, for the people who has no way to get to where the food is. Yeah. It's one thing to have it, but how do I get it? Right. And do I, where I'm going to carry it to? I don't have a house. I don't have storage. I don't have anything. Right. So we need more people that are out on the streets, on a Monday, Tuesday. We should have groups every day of the week and the weekend that's going out there bringing food to these people in the parks and all these places that cannot get to a soup kitchen or utilize a food bank where they're going to have to prepare the food themselves.
True.
So that's a whole need that I did not know exists. You don't realize that until you go out there.
No,
because I said, why long as these
you've
people
been
go
out
to the
there.
food bank. And Antoinette looked at me. She's like, and where they gonna prepare the food at, BrownEyes?
Yeah.
I love her so much, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's how uneducated I was to the situation. And so now I want to educate people more on what's really going on out there with my experience so they can know that there's all types of means and needs out there on the
That could
street
be met.
that could be met from so many different people. And you only, even if you come out once a month, you're making a difference because somebody
You
else
are.
is going to come out once a month.
Yeah.
Somebody else, if we got 50 people
right.
that come out once a month, we got every day covered.
Right.
And we can do that. So I'm really hoping that people will contact, either, beautiful women, empowering women, or contact the show if you want to get in contact with them, because I believe in connecting people.
That's it.
We got to connect with each other in the community to be able to get out here with these people and get this thing done.
Yes.
So I really want to work on doing that. So how do you recruit the people that go out with you? Do you have a team of people, or do you have
What
a way?
I do is I focus on the Facebook and the Instagram by letting people know when I'm going to be out there, and if you want to volunteer, the number is provided, and it's been working for me. People that know me came, people who don't know me came, people who just want to give something call me,
Right.
and I just go pick up the food or whatever, the yogurts, the juices or whatever they got together to provide.
Okay.
Sometimes people just want me to pick up, but basically I've been running this organization with me and Jeanette and a few other people for a year now. It's going on. The actual pantry service has been going on for a year now. We're getting
Right.
ready to celebrate a year.
Wow,
And we-
congratulations.
Yeah, we're getting
1
ready.
year of many mouths fed, many toiletries given out.
Yes.
I know if I was on them streets, I want something to go run into a bathroom or something, cleaning myself up.
Yeah.
You just don't
be
know
surprised.
what people are going through
Yeah.
out here in these streets.
People are hurting.
Yes,
Right.
it is. So when you about funding, like how do you go about getting your supplies to give out? Do you fund it yourself? Do
Sometimes.
you combine with organizations?
Sometimes I fund it myself. Sometimes I sell T-shirts, and the proceeds for the T-shirts allows us to feed 5 people or to give out toiletries to 5 people.
Wow.
So each T-shirt sold allows us to give out toiletries to 5 people.
Y'all hear that? A T-shirt will feed how many? 5 people. Y'all need to go to Beautiful Women Empowering Women. Is it .org?
It's .com.
.com,
And,
okay.
and you can pick a T-shirt. We have some in supply. I have some available right now. I'm making new T-shirts as we speak. I'm sorry I didn't bring it today.
That's okay.
But I will be back.
I will
to
sport it on the
showcase.
next show. Okay,
Yeah, I'll
show
have
y'all,
it ready.
you know.
I have it ready. And it really helps. It really helps. Plus, it gets our organization known. When people say, "Oh, that's a beautiful T-shirt," what does that represent?
Right. Yes.
You could say, "I fed 5 people by buying this T-shirt,
Yes.
and I know the person personally. She's a good person. She's
Right.
out there every week. If you ever want to volunteer,
Right.
then you could connect them to me." And I would really appreciate that, But it's been going good, and we're blessed.
Right.
We know it. We're staying with it. We're not complaining. We're coming up with new ideas. We're coming up. We're taking suggestions.
Right.
Suggestions really help.
Right.
Suggestions really help. So if you ever have one, just call me.
Well, we connected now, so it's going
Yeah.
to be great things. But I know a lot of times out there in the community, you meet a lot of different people out there. A lot of times people think of people who don't have a home as people something wrong with them, something they did to be out there that's their fault, or they're on drugs, or we get this negative thing about this person, and that's why a lot of people get ashamed to get help.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to go into the spotlight of somebody evaluating
Judging
them
them.
and judging them on what they, and a lot of times it's not. It's domestic violence.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
A lot of domestic violence.
A lot
and,
of black eyes.
A lot of that. It's a lot of children, young
Yes.
young people in the foster agency, fostering out.
A lot of mental illness.
A lot of mental illness. Like people don't, I will not look at a person that's on the street and say, oh, they want to be on the street. They don't have to be on the street. They want to be on the street. They either have an addiction from something that that took them a
Yes.
hold of them, or something happened in their lives.
No
and
support,
we should not be
something, yeah.
judgmental because we all a paycheck away from being homeless.
We really are.
Yeah.
Okay?
We really are.
Because if I lose my job right now, I got about 2 good months to pay rent, and then they're gonna be putting a letter on my door saying when I'm getting my money, or you gonna have to leave up out of here.
That's
Yes.
it.
You know, so it could be anybody. I wouldn't want anybody
Anytime.
looking at me when I'm out there seeking help. You know, what if I don't have any family members or any support
Right.
system
Yeah.
that I could go to be looking at me like, yeah, oh, what happened? No, I don't got nothing for you. You know, like she must have did something, you know,
Yeah.
wrong. You know, it can happen to anybody. You got families out there, children out there, people out there, and there's a lot of mental illness out there, which I do understand, and that's something that we can't help them to do, but we can feed them at least so they won't be hungry in hopes that they will eventually get the help
I seen
that they need.
a grave improvement from the time I started and the people that's consistently coming to right now. They're not as depressed. They're not as sad. These were senior citizens who felt like, I don't know if nobody cared.
Right.
And you know, now they participate in me helping them. You know, they
Yeah,
come and help me unpack the car. You know, they make bags for the other seniors. They carry bags for other seniors. And they're not as, you know, desolate as they were.
I gotta come out with you. I keep saying I'm gonna come out, but this been a busy week at my job. You know, like busier than normal because we had holidays coming up, and then you know this week, you know, I was planning for my husband's birthday and all that.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm gonna come out there. I don't like to just talk about it. I like to be about it.
Okay.
You know, I love to go out in the community and help other people. It's in my heart. I've always had a passion for it since I grew up in Brooklyn. I used to be the kid that used to be helping the block party organizers give out flyers, you know, set up. You know, I've always done that, and then I started doing my own, you know, organizing. You know, until now. Now I have this new platform where I can now connect with other people in the community and get the message of things out. So you know, I'm so glad that you girls are here. I'm sure that somebody that's looking right now is very inspired, and y'all should be. I mean, these are people who have experienced, you know, the street like that and decided to come back and say, hey, I know what it feels like. I know what it is. A lot of people don't come back.
No.
You know, they
don't.
walk away and don't look back. But they know that there's people out here, and they decided in their hearts to come back. You know, may they be blessed 10 times over, you know, for the work that you are doing that's blessing somebody else's life now. You know, sometimes the things that we go through in life, we go through them to create the stronger person that we are supposed to become.
Yeah.
If we don't go through certain things in life that are bad or hard for us, we don't ever become who we came here to be out and serve our purpose.
Yes.
Right.
So you took whatever it is, instead of saying, you know, I had a hard time and I went through this, and making it a bad thing, you made it a good thing. And that's one thing I always say about his mom. I'm sorry, Lucille McNally. I love her to death because she always told me, you know, you can't use your rough situations in this life to bring you down. They're supposed to make you stronger and lift you up so that you can go out there and do the things that you were purposed to do.
Wow.
And I thank God for her for giving me that, and I will never let that go. And that's the reason why every time I think about, you know, this show is a lot right now, you know, and I'm like, I can't stop.
Yeah.
Because everybody keeps telling me, I saw your show, it really helped me, I learned a lot.
Oh, wow.
You know, I'm
so
getting a lot of
beautiful.
good feedback from the community. So I want to make sure I do that, you know, to make sure I give back to the community with that. But right now, I want to go into some messages about how you can, you know, get into some music. If you like music, we got the music genius over here. And then what I mean is this guy plays every instrument you could think about. You can hear a lot of his music, you know, on social media. But we're going to go into a little moments in music with King T Finesse, y'all. Take it away.
Take it away, yes.
It's time for Moments in Music with King T Finesse.
Hey, welcome to Moments in Music with King T Finesse. So today I'm just going to talk to you about registration of copyrights. And there's 2 ways to do it. So what you need is a copyright form, an SR form, which is a sound recording form. And you can fill out the paperwork, and you can mail that, or you can go to copyright.gov and go online and do the online process. The online process will cost you about $55. The mail-in process will cost you $45. And that's basically it. Register your copyrights. If you write music, you're a songwriter, singer, performer, get the right form, mail it in, or go online, and you're good to go from there. And then you'll receive your copyright certificate in the mail 3 months after you've registered.
And I like the copyright thing because there's so many artists that's out here starving that got ripped off from people who offer them deals still to this day that know that they're hungry, and they give them this contract where they get peanuts while they're making money off of them. So the form is really, really pretty simple. You know, if Marvin, you know, put the form up so people can see the form that you have.
It's
If you
very
look at the
protect
form,
the artist, right?
It's numbered, you know, the lines, and as you can see right there,
That's our form.
And
it's
it
a sound
tells you-
recording form.
Yes.
And you just fill it out. You fill out your name and address, and you go to the next box, and you fill out, you know, how old you are, your name, your date of birth, and then you keep going down the list, and it'll ask you for your actual name and then a stage name, and then you just keep going from there. But it's all basic stuff, you know, just where were you born, if you're a resident of the United States, you know, date of birth, you know, and that's it. If you're the author of the music or whatever it is you're doing or whatever it is you're copywriting.
Yeah, because I had to get the copyright for my logo
Right.
when I started. So
It's a two-pager.
I did that form.
Yeah.
And I do have it.
So that particular form is $45.
Right, it was.
Yeah.
It
And
was.
then the online form is
And I'm protected like
55,
I
right.
own my logo.
Right,
It's
you're protected for
mine.
life, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that, King
You're
T
welcome.
Finesse.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all get your stuff copyrighted. You got all these
Copyright.
brilliant ideas and all these great songs and things. So I want to end this show right now because we coming nearer to the time by you girls telling us. We want to come out and get involved with you. Tell us once again, how can we get involved? Where can we find you? And what can we do to help the progress of beautiful women, and you girls are beautiful, empowering women? So tell us about
Okay,
that.
if you want to find us, you can find us every other Wednesday. This month, it'll be the 9th and the 22nd. I'm pretty sure I got the dates right. At 900 Franklin Avenue in Newark. That's 900 Franklin Avenue in Newark. At 10 a.m., we distribute pantry items and essential items. Soap, deodorant, toothpaste, you know, all the essentials.
Where is Franklin Avenue? 'Cause
Franklin Avenue's in Newark.
In Newark.
where? I grew up in
by
Newark.
By Stephen
okay.
Crane.
But up by the subway, where the subway ends at.
by Burger King.
by
In
the
the North
Burger
Ward?
King.
Is that in the North Ward?
Yes.
Yeah. It's in
All
North
way-
Newark.
By Burger King by
Yeah,
Pavilion?
I'm
Yes.
over there.
Oh,
okay.
Like you
All right.
gonna have to take a
No,
visit, Mr.
not that
Newark.
Burger King.
Yeah,
I'm
we
talking
need
about
your
the
help.
Burger King over there towards Bloomfield Avenue. Going towards Bloomfield Avenue by Forest Hill. Going towards Forest Hill.
You
know
never
where Stephen
took the
Crane at?
subway to the last
No, I
stop?
never took the subway.
Oh, Lord, no
By
cosmopolitan.
Oh, you know
Belleville.
what Marshall's is?
Close to
By
Marshall's.
Belleville. Oh, right. Okay, right. On that
Yes,
side. Okay,
that side.
over 7th Street, North 7th
Yes.
Street. Right.
Keep
That's
Going
got
going.
Red
that
Brook,
area.
ain't
Keep
it?
going.
Right,
It's
North.
over by Clara Mass Hospital.
Right, by Clara
Okay.
Mass. Okay, I know
Yeah.
it. Up Bloomfield Avenue. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all hear that? 900
By
Franklin
Stephen
We're
Crane.
looking forward to seeing you.
All
now.
right, so
Now you know.
yeah, I'm gonna remind him now too. But I want y'all to come out too. If you're interested, please get involved. If you have any goods that you like to donate, financial donations, please go to
Yes.
the website, buy a T-shirt, and you will feed 5 people.
And you can
know,
Cash
you can
App
wear
me.
that shirt with pride. You know, you can
Yeah.
Cash App.
Cash App at GayleCarnegieCoCo. Cash App Gayle Carnegie
Gayle
Coco.
Carnegie Coco.
Yeah.
It'll also be at the bottom of this video, so you could click all the links to get in touch with beautiful women empowering women. Right now, I just want to thank you.com. Yes, I am BWEW.com.
Yes.
We want to get that right.
That's
okay.
right.
So I want to thank y'all all for tuning in. Thank you, beautiful women,
You're welcome.
empowering
Thank you.
y'all,
My
empowering this
pleasure.
woman today.
Yes.
I'm feeling empowered. Y'all
Yeah.
empowered the man today.
Yeah.
Okay. Very empowering, and
my
thank
pleasure.
you for coming on, and thank you for all the great work that you do. Thank you all out there for tuning in. I just want to let you know that this show today was produced by me, myself, and my co-producer, Kirsten Fulda. It was also, the music was done by King T Finesse.
Yes.
Videography done by Shalik the Beats.
Beat Shop.
And the wonderful sound, background, and all this beauty that y'all see here is done by no other than Marvin at Bravery Studios. Bravery Studios got it going on.
Yes.
And so if you want to get in touch with Community Vibes with Brown Eyes, please share this to your page. Share this with people that need to know this information or you think might be interested. If you know someone that's in the community doing great things and you feel like people should know what they're doing, please contact us and let us know. We'll be glad to have them on the show. And we thank you for tuning in. You can always reach us on Facebook, Instagram, or you can just leave us a message through YouTube. And we thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you like and subscribe this to this video, and we thank you once again. And we're going to leave you with a song that I wrote myself called Calling, because you have to answer your calling, live your purpose and your dream, because when you answer that calling, it will make you free and it'll make you happy in life, and it'll also make others happy too. So we're going to lead out with Calling.
When you answer your calling, you can be free. Just live your purpose and your dream. When you answer your calling, in your sunrise, take a chance for yourself to reach higher heights. So many with dreams on their mind, left it behind. Time to rewind, back up to the days when you felt your passion. Put it into play, put it to action. We won't play with time, I know it ain't mine. You'll get left behind. So take a little step and work it. Pause on fear, cause nothing's perfect. Persevere, believe me, it's worth it. Sitting on your dreams, it's time to birth it. Say a little prayer, the blessings fervent. Keep the vibe with no disturbance. It's really up to you what you really wanna do, and it's true. So I put it in a song for you. Get it, never quit it. We won't give up till another day comes. You don't have to be stuck in your calling. You can be free, just live your purpose. Live your purpose and your calling.
And make sure you answer your calling, because you are called to something in this life. Thank you all once again for tuning in to Community Vibes with Brown Eyes. See you next